Welcome to Tiny Rails, the fun little game with a train. And that's my train going past, currently. Now, I can't remember what episode number this is, but I'm doing the Oceania quest, which, up to this point, hadn't actually let me get to Oceania as part of the quest. Now it has. As I come into Hobart, Australia. Now, just let me check the market in Hobart before I start discussing stuff. Oh, good, pumpkins. I need some of those. Right. Yes, the Oceania quest so far has had me running around to Osaka, up here somewhere. There. No, there we... No, where's Osaka gone? It's in here somewhere. There. Somewhere in Kazakhstan, London, Copenhagen, Baton Rouge in America. All picking up bits and pieces to get to Oceania. Then it's given me a quest to go to Dunedin, or Dunedin, in New Zealand. So I'm on my way there. However, on the way, because I was going through Oceania anyway, I stopped. And all the stuff I'd been storing in my depot, in the hopes that I'd get to use it in Oceania, I actually got to use. So, for example, okay, I've done that one. It required koalas, which you can only find in Oceania, but sheep, lemons, and there was a whole bunch of stuff, salmon, that I fulfilled as much as I could of the resource requests in Oceania. Bamboo for that one, cheddar cheese for that one, which is unique to Australia. And I've run into some unique items that are only in Australia, like the didgeridoo, as well as a few others. So I've filled in quite a few of the resource demands for a lot of it. And I've actually got my depot down to 2,782 now, out of a possible 4,000, which is probably the lowest it's been for I don't know how long. Quite some time. So I've actually got some space in my depot again. So, I meant to go back to the map. I need to set a marker to go there for the next part of the quest. I'm going to go through this underwater tunnel. So, depart in that general direction. This is my current train, and one of the reasons I left this engine on was because it is faster in Oceania. My base speed is 272 miles an hour. If I boost it, I get up to 341 miles an hour rather than the 325 I tend to do everywhere else. Unfortunately, once I come out of Oceania, this engine isn't going to last because I'm tired of it. And one of the things I have done, and I'll go back to the map, is I have completed all the requirements for the Africa East progress, which took some time and effort, I must admit. However, I've done them all, so I now want to collect that. I get a new factory, 50,000, I open up Africa Centre and get a new depot. So that's the next thing I'm going to do while my train is on its nice little long journey. New area unlocked, Africa Centre. So now, if I go back to there, as it just closed it for me, this is Africa Centre, which has a few stations by the looks of it. And a heck of a lot of station building to do, just like Africa East does and Africa West did before I managed to do them all. I'm guessing, yep, it's going to require a ton of lumber, which is the one resource I've only found in Western Canada. Okay, it requires some other bits and pieces, but mainly lumber and wooden windows for most of them. That's pretty normal. It's also going to get me a new depot. And this depot is going to cost me, it's only 2.5 million. But I'm going to buy the new depot. So I've got a depot in the middle of Africa. So once I can actually get to it by building the stations around it, so I can actually get a path to it. Because if I zoom into it, as you can see, I can't actually get to it until I either build Bomba or Impfondo. And connect one of the paths I've already got from somewhere else to this station. Sorry, to the depot. But I now have a depot in Africa, which is kind of nice. I'm also working on the quest for this area, Middle East Lower, where I have served 1,000 passengers, made gold and met 2 market demands. I've still got to buy a load of cargo, upgrade some of the stations, or buy them, and travel a lot in that area. That will get me a new port, a new depot, open up Southeast Asia West, get me 50,000 in a new factory. So that's what I've been working on, and I need to let my train clear this wonderful obstruction that's in the way, so it can continue on its way. The other thing I need to do, one of the other things I have done is I have adjusted my train slightly and moved I moved the apple cart towards the back, because once it got to level 3 it has a capacity of 23 cargo items, which is probably the most of any of my cars. So I'm keeping that car, and I moved the citrus car to the front because I'm going to get rid of the citrus car. The Hawaiian car is fully upgraded, so that's going to go. The camel car is getting there, and you can tell how long it is between episodes, because the last time I looked at this camel car it had hardly any experience towards level 3. Now it's got 21,500 out of the 25 it needs. And this steampunk car is going to go as well. The front 4 cars are interchangeable. However, the camel car doesn't need to be upgraded just yet. I've still got 900 miles to go, so time to find some new cars for the front of my train. At least 1 passenger car, preferably 1 cargo car, and 1 car of any type. So let's see what we've got that's different, that isn't already a level 3 car. They're all pretty standard, I think. What's that one? A luxury food car. Ah, okay, here we go. A water silos car, something I picked up in a factory. So we'll put that on there. A merchant freighter. And what are you? A turret car. You're not really passenger or cargo, you're kind of half of both, so we'll shove you on the front. And what are you? A luxury cargo car. I'm not looking for a cargo car. What we got over here? A Peregrine Falcon passenger car. Let's shove that in there as well. So that's 3 new cars out of the possible 4. I'm probably going to keep the camel car when it reaches level 3, and I'll explain why in a moment. Right, here we go. Because it currently has a cargo capacity of 14, but also has a perk of +5 cargo, which makes 19, which makes it one of my more useful cargo car. And I'm sure its cargo capacity will go up when it goes to level 3, so it'll be 21, maybe 22 cargo capacity, which makes it one of my more useful cargo cars. So I'll move that towards the back of the train and replace one of the other cars towards the back. I'll move that to the front, then replace it. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just curious. So now my cargo capacity is 339. I'm sure that when this one upgrades, it will get a little more cargo capacity. Oh, +5 cargo when equipped in Africa. Okay, I'll have to use this in Africa at some point. Not too much of a hassle, because I'm going to go back to Africa. As you've seen all the stations I've got to build. This one, +1 speed when equipped in Russia. East. A very small area. That's why I don't really pay attention to most of the perks, because it's always something like +1 when equipped in a very small area. Which means to get all the perks you need, you'd have to keep equipping these trains and re-equipping them every time you went over a border to a different area. And this one has just got +1 cargo. As I can, oh, there was no tunnel. It's just actually, it's kind of weird that. It looks like there should be a tunnel through the sea to get to Dunedin. New Zealanders pronounce their words differently. They don't say data, they say data. Because I used to have some Kiwi friends who used to work at Databank. That's how they pronounce databank. Databank. They have some unique pronunciation. But I'm guessing I'm going to go to Dunedin. Or Dunedin? Dunedin? I don't know how you pronounce it. I don't know how the Kiwis pronounce it. Pick up some cargo, and then I'll probably get somewhere else halfway around the world. However, Let's see. Okay, before I pick up that cargo, I'm going to get rid of 132 pineapples that I'm currently carrying around, which is almost the cargo demand for this. And there's nothing else I want here. I fulfilled anywhere that wanted a koala plush. I just fulfilled the ice cream one, which was Adelaide. It was the last city that wanted ice cream. And there was somewhere in Western Australia that wanted milk, and I fulfilled that as well. So I don't need any of those. I do, however, need the big battery, because I'm trying to create a prison for, what's his name? Blackwell, who I'm meant to get out of Russia and transport to Australia at some point, if it ever lets me get to that point. Okay, here we go. Hank, have you ever noticed that when we buy things, we always have a cover story for why we're buying them? Or buying the item? Sophia, you always look confused. I've got to come up with something. I'll tell you what, you can come up with a story when we buy the copper wire. I understand how copper wire works. I blow up rocks for a living. Good point. Okay. So, that's completed that part of the quest. I'll flip it to the right map. Take my bonus. Okay, I have no idea where Bishkek KG is. I'll have to figure that out. I don't even know what KG stands for. I'll just clear all these jobs I've completed. It's one of the reasons I have so much money is I've been going around, well, Western Australia, back and forth through Africa, doing a lot of jobs, which, as I've just completed 8 on this bit of the trip, which the money does tend to add up rather fast, so I don't have any money worries in this game. I've got 17 million. I'm going to get another depot, which looks like the last one cost me 2.5 million. So if I budget maybe 5 for it, then the rest of the money I've got, best part of 12 million, I can either spend on new cars or buying and upgrading stations in various parts of the world, the expensive ones. Okay, that's 10 jobs back in my job queue. So I need to go to Bishkek. I don't know where Bishkek is. I have absolutely no idea where Bishkek is. Oh, wrong one. Okay, that's as far as the map zooms out. It's not anywhere I'm currently seeing. It should be a little pink or purple exclamation point. Okay, it's there. That's a bit of a trek. Well, I think I'll go up through Australia. I'll go up through New Zealand, out the other side because it's pretty, and we'll see how far we get towards Bishkek. So off we go to Christchurch. And like I say, I've got all this money to spend, and one of the areas I'm working on is this one, the Middle East Lower. So I might as well... Oh, this station's actually relatively inexpensive. I might as well buy that. I'll buy Mecca, also relatively inexpensive. I thought it'd be worse than that. I thought it'd cost a minimum of 500,000, like that one just did. Muscat, which cost another 500,000. And this is how you go through money quite fast. Riyadh, Doha, Manama, and that may have just got me, yep, buy or upgrade 40 stations in Middle East Lower. Now if I had completed this one and got the port, then I would have headed round to this port in Oceania East and taken a ship straight out of here, and then I wouldn't have been that far away. However, I haven't completed that, so I can't do that just yet. So here we are in Christchurch. Christchurch wants eggs. I don't have any eggs. I don't need boomerangs. I don't need surfboards. I don't need yogurt. I don't need Aussie spring water. I don't need milk. I do need pumpkins. Everything else, pretty much the only place that asked for them so far have been Australia, and I've fulfilled all the ones I could in Australia. These are all almonds, mangoes, limes, jackfruit, passion fruit, cinnamon. Oh, I've got some cheddar cheese I don't need. That must have come from the obstructions. Cinnamon, pumpkins aren't unique to Australia, but yes, mango, almonds, lime, jackfruit, passion fruit, cinnamon are also so far been unique to Australia, and they are needed in various parts of the world, some of them, so, and they're also still needed in Oceania, where I haven't fulfilled all the requirements. So I'm making progress, slowly but surely. Oh, I did manage to click that. Good. That's my train repaired. Oh, another obstruction on the way to Wellington. And a load more stuff I probably can't use. My wonderful train. Let's check the caboose. 147,000 in it. Okay. So let me check the map for where I'm going. Then to Auckland. So probably between Auckland and Kingston, I will go to the gumball machine and get some more cars, and quite possibly go to another part of the world and buy some expensive stations. Possibly even North America, because I'm getting close to completing North America. This one wants limes. I've got a few of those, so you can have my limes. You want a lot of limes, another 800 approximately. More pumpkins. So yes, it's going to take me a while to collect the 800 limes that it's looking for. Now Auckland's a bit of a distance away. Okay, so I'll go back to the map. As I say, somewhere over this part of the world is North America. So I'm going to buy the station for San Francisco, Los Angeles, Tijuana, Las Vegas. I'll upgrade Salt Lake City and Phoenix, Seattle. I missed. Oh, that's Vancouver. I'll buy that one. Okay, I need to zoom in to get to Seattle. Zoom back out. Banff. Calgary. Edmonton. And over here, Toronto. Detroit. Chicago. Philadelphia. New York. Boston. Oh, Boston wasn't that expensive to buy to start with, but it's going to be more expensive to upgrade. Montreal. How much does Ottawa cost? We'll spend another $500,000 on Ottawa. I'll upgrade Nashville. And that will do. That's cost me quite a lot of money. There's nothing apparently in... Where am I? Auckland. And I haven't actually met whatever this is. Turkey. I haven't found Turkey resources yet. So I don't know where to pick them up for this place. So off we go to... Where am I going next? Oh yes. Kingston. But that's got me down to 4.5 million. I will now see what I can do with the gumball machine. 200,000 these days for a rare roll. So let's see what we can get by the way of rare cars. A ghost car. Okay, apparently that's not new. Apparently I've seen that before. I don't remember it, but I'll try another rare roll. A ladybug car. I've definitely seen those. I do remember those. We'll try a standard roll. A VL80, I've definitely seen one of those before. Try another one of those. Oh, a steam food car. At least I finally found a new car. And just whilst I'm here, let me click on the gumball machine, see if I can crack the glass completely. Nope. There is a way of doing it where the glass actually shatters and there's an actual achievement for it, which I already have. I thought it was just you clicked on the glass, but apparently I'm not doing it right. Say lovely. But one brand new car I've never seen before, and three more cars added to my massive storage of train cars. In fact, how many pages have I got? 17 pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's up somewhere close to 170 cars I've got, which is quite a significant amount of cars. I believe in the mobile version of this game, to upgrade cars, what you actually do is get duplicates and add one on top of the other. At least that would have the advantage of allowing me to reduce my inventory. However, the PC version of this game, the Steam version of this game, doesn't allow you to do that. That's still going to take a while. Oh, probably about time I cleaned my train and repaired it. So I'm now down to just under 4 million. That will go back up relatively quickly, because I have completed a load of jobs, and I will complete a load more. What's this place got? Anything I want? No, don't need any of that. And it needs 1,000 salt, which I've only found in Africa so far, and I haven't really been collecting. I might have a few of that in my depot. Oh, the stuff I picked up from the obstruction, I can for the most part just sell. So it's quite nice. I'm only carrying 73 in my train cargo, and my depot is under 3,000. I've actually got space. Where I do need to go, and you won't see this before the end of the episode, I don't imagine, is Matatui, because it wants pumpkins, and I'm carrying some of those. Now, when the sun rises, which is kind of weird that at 7:05 in the morning, it hasn't risen yet, in February, which is the middle of the summertime down there, you would think the sun would be rising. It's a very... Okay, I'm going through another underwater tunnel. It's a very pretty part of the world in this game and in reality. I did spend a few years living down in Sydney and travelling through bits of Australia and the general area, and it's a very pretty part of the world. Only downside is they have the deadliest snakes and deadliest insects in the world. And insects, arachnids... Literally, there are so many things that can kill you down there that it's kind of frightening. I think on the first day I was there, someone told me, when you pick up a rock in your garden, do not do as you would in England, where I came from, because the person that was telling me this also lived in England at some point. Put your hands underneath the rock and lift it up, because if you do that, something underneath the rock will probably bite you and kill you. And I thought... That was my first day. I thought, oh my god, what have I got myself into? That's a scary thing to have someone tell you on your first day in a new country. But yes, there are lots of things in that part of the world that will kill you. And equally, I know kangaroos look cute, but they're vicious buggers. I believe that was the exact term someone used to describe them to me. Well, they are having a little bit of trouble. I don't know if they still are, because they apparently rained very hard on Thursday night, Friday morning their time, last week. But they are having a bit of trouble with fires, although I don't know if the rain was significant enough to actually help substantially, or if they've still got major fire problems, which was something they happened when I was there, but not to the significance they have done this year for the Australians. It's ravaged part of the Blue Mountains, which is a beautiful part of Australia. I spent a few days in the Blue Mountains. It's an absolutely lovely part of the world. The Three Sisters, Oh, they've got the waterfalls. They've got some absolutely lovely parts of the Blue Mountains, and apparently they've been ravaged by fire, so I don't know how they look right now, but probably not good. Oh, I'll stop chuntering on about the joys of Australia, fires and etc. Once I come out of this wonderful water tunnel and into Sufa, which I'm probably mispronouncing because I mispronounce pretty much everything over there. Hopefully I'm going to come out of this water tunnel at some point, because I've only got 20 miles to go before I get to my destination. No, apparently this station is underwater. Okay, that's a new one to me. I didn't realise they made stations that are underwater. And that, I think, is wool, which you'd expect to be able to find in Australia and New Zealand, considering the amount of sheep they have down there. But apparently, I haven't found it in Australia or New Zealand yet, so it must be somewhere else in the world. I'm guessing, no, my luck, South America, which I haven't opened up yet. So there's nothing I can do at that station. Now I'm going to Matatui, which is only 360 odd miles away, so what I will do is I'll clear out all the jobs I've completed. Oh, another obstruction in the way. I think using TNT in an underwater glass tunnel would not be a good idea. That's got me almost back up to 4 million, and now I need another 6 jobs to replace the ones I've just completed. Not being very friendly and giving me the type of jobs I like. Well, I say I like the type of jobs that I do. Okay, that will do. So a quick burst of speed. And hopefully I should be coming out to Matatui. Matatui? Last time I came this way, it was above ground. I'm just wondering if it's... good. The background's very nice in this part of the world, which is why I kept going. It just looks very pretty. Nothing it's got that I want. But I do have 26 pumpkins. That leaves it just under 200 to go for that area. If I look at the map, the next place wants passion fruit, I know, because I've dropped some off there. I've still got 800 to go. That wants silk, which I can find in Japan. That's, again, wants 1,000. That wants 1,000 almonds. That wants 1,000 mangoes. They've got quite a lot of resources down this part of the world. However, let me zoom out. I'm just wondering how best to get there. I need to go to this area and complete this and get the port. So I'll just set that as my I'll set that as my destination. It's close by. That's the route it's going to take. Set off, and that's where I'm going to end the episode. Getting closer to with the wonderful quest for Oceania, Chapter 1-9. The crew is hired to transport an old rival to a new location. Will the mission be a success, or does a new rival emerge to cause a problem? There's going to be a new rival emerge that causes a problem, because there's already been, in one of the previous episodes, a thief aiming to break out said prisoner. Also, just for completion, I haven't found the Adelaide arcade yet. I have completed 133 out of 191 of the photographs. Sometimes when you go plaster pace, try that again. When you go past a place, you get to take the photograph. Sometimes it takes a few times of going past a certain point before the photograph opportunity appears. So I've definitely been to Adelaide a few times in this game, and I haven't taken photographs of the Adelaide arcade yet, so I don't know when that one will appear, but I'm sure it'll appear sometime. Okay, and now I'll shut up and say I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you down the track for more tiny rails in the near future. Cheerio for now.